This is the Ketamine Konundrum, Part 4. What's in the Bloom box? What, Part 4 already? Jesus, I just can't stop doing ketamine. But you know what they say? When you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. Unless it's a K-hole. I'm your dope dealer. And this is DNN, the Dope Dealer News Network. The more I report on ketamine, the more I begin to wonder about Mindbloom, the interestingly named ketamine therapy by mail business, which is spreading the wonder of ketamine across the nation. My background in media literacy made me realize fairly quickly that I was looking at a slick advertisement for Mindbloom posing as a therapy website. And in reading the disclaimer, choosingtherapy.com may earn commissions from the companies reviewed when you click on the links in the page. Learn more about our editorial standards, review process, and advertising policy. I have no reason to suspect that the author or medical reviewer are AI-driven bots, but reading through the article did give me some questions. The author states that he had never taken ketamine or had any kind of psychedelic experience and was somewhat nervous before starting. He found the Mindbloom platform to be supportive and helpful for his ketamine treatment. There's a detailed review of Mindbloom in which the $1,254 for 6-session price is discussed, as well as a Mindbloom clinician consult description, where he goes on to tell you about the 30-minute appointment he had with a clinician before he was advised that proceeding with ketamine therapy would be a good option for him. In something resembling an unboxing video, the components of the Bloom box are discussed, including a description of the 250 milligram rapid dissolving tablets of ketamine that he would be taking, which my sources tell me are the worst format of ketamine, akin to swallowing a packet of Emergency. As your dope dealer, and not exactly inexperienced in these matters, I was rather shocked by the first sentence in the trip. After taking my starting dose of 500 milligrams, I donned my eye mask and laid down to listen to the audio provided by the Mindbloom app. While I was hoping to have a strong experience straight away, my first session was pretty mild. No visuals or auditory experiences, but I did feel a bit floaty physically. I don't know if you've ever conceived of a 500 milligram dose, but it is not a bit floaty. Even when taken orally, which is the weakest route of administration, 500 milligrams is a considerable dose. I assumed that the reporter had lost track of a zero and was describing a 50 milligram dose rather than a 500, but even that would warrant slightly more effect than his description. Reading further on into the follow-up guide call, I saw that his second session was one of 1,000 milligrams. For any of you in my audience who have ever tried ketamine, you might realize that a 1,000 milligram dose is not mind-blooming. I was astounded that this report included such dangerous consumption weights, so I moved over to the Mindbloom website to see what they had to say. Perusing the Mindbloom site, I found a discussion of the all-important routes of administration, which included discussion of sublingual tablets or troches, IM infusion or injection, and nasal sprays. Interestingly, on their site, they said that the dosing in a troche can range from 10 to 200 milligrams, far lower than the 500 suggested in the article. It also stated that nasal sprays could range from 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams, almost as much as a surgical procedure would require. Could it be that the ketamine weights described in the article and on Mindbloom's own packaging 250 milligrams? Are the actual weight of the tablets? And what is the dosage of ketamine that is included in said tablet? I can't be sure, but it does make me wonder. How is it that Mindbloom, the largest ketamine distributor in the country, doesn't seem to understand simple dosing regimens or give clear information about what the doses are that they're distributing? As your dope dealer, I am concerned about the promulgation of ketamine as a panacea for all ills and recovery from other substances for which it is a positive substitute. As they say back in the old school, never trust any drugs that are legal, especially when they're being advertised so beautifully and described so improperly. I can't help but think of Philip K. Dick when I see the glowing descriptions of how Mindbloom will help you feel better and more wholesome in just a few short psychedelic sessions. Even more so when Mindbloom sells its Happy Summer Edition swag in the form of baseball caps and t-shirts reminiscent of those worn by the inhabitants of The Village in the Prisoner TV series. When your mind has been thoroughly cleansed of troubles by the Mindbloom program, you can have a happy game of pickleball with your Mindbloom authentic pickleball racket. I'm your dope dealer. And this is DNN, DNN.buzz, the Dope Dealer News Network.